I think happiness is being in the right place at the right time and being where you should be at that time. In any business, you kind of crave something fresh to reignite your passion again. So I said to myself, well, what makes me happy?
One day she comes up with this idea and says, wouldn't it be great if I take a group of women somewhere nice and motivate them?
I love Tuscany. So I thought, well, what if I invite women from around the world and they come and they share my villa with me? But I didn't have a house. So I was like, oops. Here you're restoring a 13th century property from the ground up. It's hard work, but it's so exciting. Laura has been a complete surprise. She's ballsy, she talks to them, she tells them, no, we're going to do this again.
Here, I am the rooster.
Every time I have this doubt, will this work? And I go, that's what it's all about. It's about friendship. Well, after 3.5 years, the crane is going to come down now. It's a big day because it's the end of a chapter. This crane, I never realized would become such a big part of my life. And that means to the workers, the main heavy construction work is done. Each piece of stone, you know, these beams, the cotto, the pipes, the dirt, you know, everything has been done by crane. For me, it's a mixed emotion because it's like, this chapter's over, and I will never do that again. I will never have another crane. So I don't know how it's going to come down. If it goes through my roof, I will be very upset. In 12 weeks, 17 women will arrive here, and I am nowhere near ready. Psychologically, physically, the building. You know, we have 12 weeks, Laura.
12 weeks.
I know these women will understand, but they won't understand if they don't have a bed. And they don't.
I'm afraid.
You're afraid? The next thing that starts is the landscaping, which is around the whole property.
I think it's really opportune that we've come here at this particular moment. I'm Peter Curzon, and I'm a landscape gardener. I have been employed here to alter the landscape.
Everybody I've worked with here has been male and has been Italian. So Peter is a true Brit, and he's extremely knowledgeable.
Over many years, I have worked in France, Spain, England, Italy, Greece. I think that's all.
I have to listen to him. If plants don't work, they die. And there's a lot of plants going in here.
We are in one of the biggest nurseries in Italy, which is called Fratelli Margheriti.
Oh, look at that. Can I have, look at the palm trees.
Yes, look at them.
Oh, what if we had like a driveway of palm trees coming in?
I don't think that would be a good idea. We went around and Debbie would say that she wanted one particular plant or another particular plant that I really didn't approve of.
These are nice. Look at that.
I wouldn't have them looking like that. All these are possibilities, you know. I believe that the garden must belong to its place. In other words, when I make a garden or alter a landscape, it is the place that dictates.
So these are pomegranates.
These are pomegranates.
They are beautiful. So these were, I think, in the courtyard at the front.
That's right.
Alberto, how old is this?
It's more than secular. It's 100 years old.
100 years
Yes.
old. Gosh, it's absolutely stunning.
Well, this one is a beautiful shape. This one here.
Okay, let's put a ribbon on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
I would definitely choose this one.
Okay, can we put a ribbon on this one?
Yeah.
I'm going to get shots when I get back. Okay, I love oleanders.
Good.
They put it in the center of the highways, and I think Peter's a snob. I think he doesn't want it because they grow it on the highways.
Debbie has her favorite plants, but that doesn't mean that they are good to use. Of course, in the summer it flowers, but then for the rest of the year it really looks dull. So
I've traveled all my working life, and you know, when women are tired, there's things that they want, and it doesn't have to be the Four Seasons or the Ritz. It's really about, I guess, a home away from home. So these pigsties will become the bedrooms. Good, nice. Oh, sorry, it's heavy. In Italy, they don't use baseboards. So they put a band of paint. This is called lining. The reason they do that is that's the mop for the mop. So you don't have dirty mop marks on your wall. To be able to design 14 bedrooms is really great because they can all be individual, and they are. They all have a different flair, a different look, but they are all designed around warmth, around being special. That's the thing that I really want to get across. Okay, so I have a pretty big list somewhere. I think one of the most difficult parts of this process has been juggling the two worlds, the two lives, the renovation here and work back in Canada. I go back and forth, back and forth. For me, it's like a bus service. The writing, my publisher, the newspapers, the product line, all that kind of stuff, and it is difficult. I'm a regular on many of the daytime shows. I'm in the makeup room at the Marilyn Dennis show. In Toronto. This is Eden. It's trying to make me look decent this morning. So I've been doing this show for a long time. I've known Marilyn for many, many years. I'm constantly thinking about what's going on the side. I'm sitting in here with this great makeup mirror thinking, you know, the women should have nice makeup mirrors in their rooms. It never leaves my mind. Marilyn's been very interested in what I'm doing, and she's done a couple of interviews. I started thinking one day, I was actually live, and she's talking about, oh, I'd love to come, you know, if I could just take a holiday and everything. We're getting ready. The opening is mid-June. So we've got 20 gals coming from across the country.
Wow.
I would love her to come here and experience what this place has to offer. So maybe she can test out the room, try out the things we're going to be doing with the women.
This is the year for me to do it. Now I'm open for that. So if
we've been
June's
talking
time-
about it for so long.
Yeah, and you're almost done. And we've got a roof now.
You have a
and
roof,
bathrooms at
plumbing.
work. That's perfect. I think
I might even have sheets.
I'm in.
Really?
I can do it this year.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah.
I think she is somebody who needs a break. I think she's somebody who will really appreciate what I'm trying to offer here and just relax and think and share and talk and enjoy everything.
Look over towards the light, Mum, but not quite as high. Like, yeah.
I have done this before, you know.
Once or twice.
Well, Max is my youngest, and, you know, he started his own career as a photographer.
Try not blinking this time, then.
Okay. Josh is in Africa, so, you know, it would be great if both boys were here together.
When are you going back home, Mum?
You mean back to Italy?
Yeah.
It's funny calling it home,
know.
isn't it? Oh, about 3 days. You can come and visit.
I have to say I see my dad probably more than I see my mum because he's back in Canada a lot more than she is.
Sometimes we're all on different continents. You know, it's hard. It's harder actually when I'm in Italy because I'm alone a lot of the time.
It's a new project, it's a new chapter in their life, and they're definitely working really hard to kind of build this new dream for themselves.
Well, I'm here, she's there, and I can't help out, really help out. It's easier if two people are there. You share the load to some degree, and you can vent.
So, fed up of lugging suitcases? Thanks. trees are coming, which is about time. Everything has got delayed because of the rain. Bloody hell. They're really heavy.
It's heavy.
They're so heavy. I was trying to help. Bloody hell. You try it. I'll go back to the kitchen.
I understand why Debbie is anxious. I think if I were Debbie, I'd be anxious too, because she's got a lot at stake. And when you see the building site in the condition it is now, it's daunting.
This is true Tuscany. You have to have cypress trees. This is the first lot. And that truck here, look at this. Look how magnificent that is. Look at the size of it. Absolutely gorgeous. So these are very old. We have 5, right?
We've got 5, yes.
Are they all very similar?
They're all similar, but I think this is probably
The most beautiful.
The biggest.
Morning. I think I have the wrong shoes on.
You definitely have the wrong shoes on.
If it carries on like this with all this mud, it's difficult to do anything. But
So-
if we could prepare at least the passageways with solid gravel underneath.
The gravel is the last thing to go down, and the problem is that here we have a very clay, yellow soil. And when it rains, it's a nightmare because you sink into it. And it's muddy, and it clings to you, it's sticky, it goes everywhere. So it sucks you in, it's horrible. Seriously, I don't want to die. So the gravel holds all that in, but you can't put the gravel in until 98% of the work's done. So then suddenly it's like, we need the gravel this week. And I wanted a particular colour, and I wanted a smooth gravel. I didn't want the chips. I just wanted the right thing. And it is all the walkways. I said, I want it white, white, white. Peter saw it, and Peter was like, it's too white. It looks like Sicily.
It's not that I don't like white gravel, it's just that I'm worried that lots of people are going to get headaches. White gravel produces a great deal of glare.
I don't care. I love the gravel. So it's very hard to walk around here because it blinds you. It's very, very bright, but it's what I wanted. So this pile of what my husband says looks like a pile of crap is actually, I have been collecting for months. This is a portulaia little door. Portulaia means pigsty. And I'm going to use these for other things. There are beautiful doors here. The Italians seem to make the most fantastic doors. And what happens is over the centuries, they get faded. So you get these beautiful patinas. I mean, imagine when that's all cleaned and waxed and stuff, it'll make a lovely something. This is going to be a coat hook. So he's taking one of these, and this is called a mangiatoria. And a mangiatoria is the manger. This is where the bulls were chained up. It's a beautiful wood, and that could be a shelf beside a bed. I know everybody's looking, I don't see it. Paolo? Here. Can you come down? Okay. Paolo's the most incredible guy, and he takes all wood like this and turns it into other stuff. So if you make that into a headboard, you polish it, and then
like the wax.
Yeah.
And transparent and
Imagine that as a headboard. It'd be gorgeous. Ooh. They just got so much character, and they smell really good. Will the smell go away?
pig.
Mamma? Pig. Pig. Come si dice pig?
Maiali.
Maiali.
E pensiamo che rivisti in chiave contemporanea, quindi non utilizzati per il loro classico, per quello per cui sono nate, ma reinterpretarle e quindi dare una nuova vita, una nuova funzione sia...
I've been collecting stuff for 3 or 4 years. When you're antiquing, you just keep your eyes open all the time. I literally ask farmers, can I have your door? We have some doors.
Che sta facendo la fotografia voi?
Things growing on this. Oh, I like your ladders. Now that's nice.
For me, it's not good, but I think
Well, maybe it's a little broken, but for a towel.
you want this.
There's olive ladders everywhere, and I've actually found a lot of You know, they were handmade. The farmers made their own ladders.
Because, ok, affare fatto.
You're the best.
Bye, ciao, 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 ciao.
This is my Aladdin's cave. So this is where I'm collecting stuff for all the rooms. Things like this, these old, I don't know what it was, but great for towels. Just gorgeous. I can't find this stuff anymore. And this is a pig carrier. So they would put the dead pig on here, and then I guess two men would carry it. Amazing towel rail. I mean, really, this is priceless, and it will look so good in some of the rooms. So you'll have modern, and then you'll have these little old pieces, and it's kind of the new industrial chic. This is from a pharmacy, and they had drugs in, so they would have had powdered drugs, and some of them still have drugs, and I have one that says arsenic. It's the way you put things together. If you put too much clutter in one room, it's going to look like a junk shop. Old benches, I'm going to need a lot of benches because I'd love to have areas where the women can sit quietly, they can go for a walk in the woods, and suddenly there's a beautiful bench. There's something about being in a place where your mind can empty. A lot of the women who are going to come here are looking for something. They're looking for next chapters, they're looking for where they move on to.
You're looking for something, you're not sure what it is. I think this trip will change me in some way, just by the sheer fact of going to a different country, experiencing that. If I don't do it now, at this age or in this time in my life, I don't think that I would do it.
Since turning 50, I'm really questioning what is my purpose now. And for the first time, I think, I'm starting to give myself the permission without feeling the guilt of discovering, well, what more can I offer the world?
Solid Waste Services, Maria speaking.
Now I'm starting to explore those possibilities.
38. You know, I've struggled for lots of years with lots of things. Do you want apples or grapes?
Okay, grapes.
Okay. I'm like to look at myself as a caregiver and do that for a lot of people, but I'm exhausted. So I look at it thinking, yeah, I guess I do deserve it. I just want somebody to look after me for a bit, although that's hard to say.
I think in a way what's kind of crazy is all the things that the women who are coming worry about, you know, what if? And that's still going on. We have 2 weeks before 17 women arrive from around the world. So it's kind of slightly nerve-wracking. The landscaping here is a massive job. But we're putting in lots of mature trees, we're putting in cypress trees, we're creating areas within the property through vegetation. We've taken what was once this farmyard, with just old machinery and stuff like this, and we've turned it into a pomegranate garden. And we've got it on these raised beds because underneath we have garages. So this was a massive hole, and now it's a garden of pomegranate trees.
As far as the grass is concerned, it's rather patchy. It is a problem in having the building works going on at the same time as landscaping.
I wanted lush, gorgeous grass, and this has been down for nearly 2 months now, and it looks like somebody balding. I mean, it just looks horrible.
Hi Debbie!
Ciao!
L'erba piano piano cresce! Roma non l'abbiamo fatta in 2 giorni.
Ricardo thinks it's really funny. He's like, you know, not going to happen. It's like watching the kettle boil.
Debbie is very anxious, and I think also often on the border of panic.
Peter wants to show me a typical Tuscan garden that he's done.
At this point, I hope it will comfort her to see what a property looks like once it's settled.
What a beautiful house. So would you say this was a typical Tuscan garden?
I don't know what a typical Tuscan garden is.
Really?
No.
You don't know?
No, I don't know, because there are so many gardens in Tuscany. It really leads to the question, what is Tuscany? I suppose the use of cypresses has had an influence on the design of gardens.
What are those big...
That's a rose which is called Sally Holmes. Wow. And I'm putting it in at your place.
What is so clever about this place is the way your eye keeps moving. It keeps going on and on. So, you know, you put a huge urn somewhere and your eye is drawn towards that, whether it's a pond, a dove house, an urn. That's what you do in interior design. It keeps moving. It's not just four walls. It's got ducks.
And ducks, ducks and geese.
While we were there, we were lucky enough to meet the owner, who was this charming, charming gentleman.
It's always the same. It's always the same story.
Is it every client does that? You know,
lack of trust. That's what it is. Yes.
Peter keeps talking about the trust factor because these are not your typical gardens full of annuals and, you know, different coloured flowers. I love oleander. Niente, nothing. I hate oleander. You have to have plants that are typical of this area, and I guess he's trying to get that to sink into my thick head. Why does my grass not look like this? Peter, I can't wait any longer. I mean, it's like I'm staring at the stuff every morning.
It's a question of 1 year to get grass like this.
Okay, I've got 2 weeks left.
Exactly, so you're going to have sod.
This is festuca, American grass.
They call it American grass because America's got no patience. They want it now. That's me now. So I want American grass. I want this grass laid like a carpet. Perfect.
Debbie vuole il tappeto verde dove mettere il salotto. Per Debbie la voleva ieri.
I hope Debbie's got over the fact that she can't have swathes of oleander. However, there is oleander here in the way that I think it should be put here.
Okay, this is for Debbie.
Are you kidding me? My goodness, how much work they have done on this place.
In 24 hours, the ladies arrive. And I've still got men. I've got men running around here. I want every single woman to come in and go, wow, I'm glad I'm here.